All right. Hello. Happy Tuesday. How are you today? For those of you who are new to my community, hello. My name is Molly and I am the LinkedIn Queen. I am here to help you to optimize and monetize your LinkedIn presence, blending both business spirituality with business strategy. Now, we are going to jump in today. This is a topic that has come up frequently in a lot of the connection conversations that I'm having. And this is one of the things that I think is really crucial that we talk about. So join me as we jump into talking a little bit about conversion rates when it comes to sending out connection requests. Okay. So before I get started, let's just share some updates. So if you guys have yet to go ahead and snag a ticket to join me for tomorrow's free workshop, 30 minutes a day of LinkedIn strategy, make sure that you go ahead and snag that below. I will make sure to drop it into the comments here so you can just easily find the link and go ahead and join us for tomorrow. So that is a free event. Like I said, super excited to be able to guide each and every single one of you in how to elevate your LinkedIn strategy in only 30 minutes a day. Okay. And I should clarify that's Monday through Friday, typically. Okay. So we're going to jump into all of the goodies tomorrow. Now, let's talk a little bit about connection conversion rates, because I think one of the things that, if you guys have been following me and you guys understand, I want to give you some best practices when it comes to how you should be strategically and intentionally sending out your connection request. So here's what the guidelines is, and this is what I teach my clients to do. Let's say out of the lead generation outbound mining that you're doing, let's say that you want to send out 10 connection requests out today. Okay. Now, for those of you who are not doing it, now is the time that I'm going to call you out. I'm holding you accountable. If you are not completing your 15 minutes of lead generation every other day, now is your sign. This is me telling you, make sure it's done today. Okay. I already completed my 15 minutes of lead gen today, so I practice what I preach. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's say that your goal is to send out 10 connection requests out today. The rule of thumb is, out of the 10, 8 of your 10 connection requests should fall under what you define as your ideal client avatar, your a dream ideal person, okay, your prospect, your ICA, okay? So 8 of those connection requests should be your ICA. Now, unless you are leveraging and paying for a third-party vendor that can help calculate and track this for you, yes, you are gonna want, I know this sounds old school, but guess what? You need to hold yourself accountable. Is you literally gonna just take a Post-it note and you're gonna just tally, okay? Out of the amount of connection requests that you're sending out today, how many of them are considered an ICA for you, okay? So that's what you want to do. Out of 10, 8 of those 10 should be ideal. Now, the other 2 of those connection requests can be collaborators, people in your same industry or space. So let's say that you are looking for JVs. You can go ahead and find JV partners. Maybe you're looking for, people who you can combine forces together to do a workshop or whatever the case may be. Okay. So the other 2 can be mentors. It can be collaborators. It can be partnerships. Whoever it is that you want to say, yes, I'm going to send 2 connection requests out to those people, great. Okay. But 8 out of the 10 should be your ICA. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want to get out there. It's just simply, who should you be sending connection requests out to? Okay, now let's dive into the 3 different components that I'm talking about today here on how to increase those acceptance rates. Okay, why is it important for us to actually focus on conversion rates? Well, number one, obviously, if they accept your connection request, you have free communication with them. You guys can talk throughout the emails for free. You don't have to use any kind of credits, anything like that. Second reason for why you want to focus on getting connection acceptance is because if you're anything like me and you host workshops, webinars, LinkedIn lives, LinkedIn audios, those kind of things, you can invite your first degree connections. Okay, so those are some of the high level reasons for why getting a higher conversion rate is going to be key for you. Now, with that being said, a lot of people ask, so Molly, what is a conversion rate that I should be aiming for? Okay. Now, out of the 10 connection requests, for every 10 connection requests that you are sending out, you want 3 or 4 out of 10 of those acceptance connection requests to be accepted. Okay. So again, let's just break down the math. Okay. You are going out of 10 connection requests that you are sending out, not you accepting. You are sending out 8 of those 10 should fit your ICA, okay? Out of those 8, okay, out of the 10, right, that you're sending out, 3 to 4 of those 10 should then be accepted, okay? So that's the rule of thumb. That's the best guidelines here that I can give to you when it comes to increasing. Those are the best practices, the magical numbers, if you will, right? The magic formula on how you should be focusing on the goals on how to reach those acceptance rates, okay? Now, as everybody knows, okay, people, before they even accept your connection request, they want to know what you're all about. Now, I'm a firm believer in transparency, which is bullet number 1 on today's live. Transparency is important. One of the worst things that you can do is to bait and switch someone. So if I am sending out a connection request, I am being very open and honest that I am looking to connect with like ambitious entrepreneurs to join my community, to potentially work with me as a client, or to collaborate, to partner, whatever the case might be. You want to be honest and transparent, okay? So I want for you guys to just really think, if I am not getting the 30 to 40% acceptance rate that Molly's talking about, what is the problem? Okay. So if you are getting those, if you are like not converting any of them, I want for you to take a look at what you're sending to people during that connection message. Now, here's the thing. If you are on the free version of LinkedIn, you are limited to 5 personalized connection requests per month. Okay, so you really want to be intentional about who you're sending those 5 personalized connection requests out to. Otherwise, once you're done with the credits for the month, that's okay. Just keep sending the connection requests with the general, I'd like to connect with you. Okay. From there, as soon as they accept the connection request, then you go straight into the in-mail sequencing where you nurture and you build credibility and trust and be human, okay? Have a relationship, truly get to know that person, okay? Now, if you are on LinkedIn Premium or if you have Sales Navigator, you will have unlimited personal connection request messaging that you can put in there. So go ahead and be, again, transparent and honest about why you're sending them a connection request, okay? So transparency is key. That is how you are going to ensure that you are getting the best kind of conversion rates, okay? Now, on the flip side, one of the things that I want to call out, because I know a lot of people are doing this, and I hate to say it's right or wrong, because you know, when you think about the strategy, okay, you got to do what works best for you. But here is my take on this. If you are only sending connection requests out and you're saying like, I'm not going to sell you anything, I just want to connect with you to get to know you and to partner, etc., etc. And let's just say for number's sake, okay, you're sending out 10 connection requests out and all you're saying to people is, I'm not going to sell you, I'm not going to pitch you, I just want to get to know you, you are absolutely going to get a higher conversion rate. But what you've also done is you have now pigeonholed yourself, because really what you really want to do, and you and I both know this, so I'm like looking at you, okay? You and I both know that this is not just you wanting to connect with them, okay? If your intention on LinkedIn is to monetize your presence, okay, which is probably why you're following me, why you are a part of my community, is because you want to learn how to monetize your LinkedIn presence, okay? You want to be honest with why you're connecting with them. Because again, it's the whole do not bait and switch me, okay? And so if you're indirectly pigeonholing yourself to not be able to have any kind of soft sales pre-qualification conversation in the emails. Now, if your intention, and you have to be very clear about your LinkedIn strategy intention, if your intention truly is to just connect with people and just to get to know them, fine, cool. But you got to let go of the whole like, okay, so how do I get them to hop on a call with me? It's not going to work, okay? It's not going to work. So I would rather, if you're like me and you want to learn how to get more sales calls booked in from your connections and in the emails, you want to be honest and transparent right out the gate. Here's who I am. This is why I want to connect with you. Let me know if you want to connect too. Okay, that is your connection request message that you're sending. And then from there, when they accept your connection request, you now have, again, we're not going to pitch slap them, okay? So you want to be, again, you want to nurture, okay? So you want to go into the emails and you want to have a curious conversation that's heart-centered, soul-centered, service-based first, okay? So the second piece here on today's live that I want to call out on how to increase your connection conversion rates is making sure that you have a fully optimized profile to help navigate any hesitations in just simply accepting your connection request, okay? Here is what I always say. Your intention of LinkedIn is never to sell in the emails. Very rarely, because there could be some times in which other people can, but that's not what I've seen and that's not what I teach. Very rarely will you be able to close a sale in the emails. The intention that you need to be able to have is to increase the conversations that you're having off the platform, okay? So your goal is to navigate any of those hesitations to accept your connection request, hesitations to engage in a conversation with you, and hesitations to hop on a sales call with you. These three things are what you need to be able to navigate through on LinkedIn, all right? So with that being said, when you are looking to increase your conversion rates, you have to have a fully optimized profile. Why? Because again, the reality is I do this, you do this, so I'm just gonna call this out, okay? For those of you who need to be called out, okay? Anytime I receive a connection request, I am absolutely opening up that person's profile and I'm reading what they're all about. First thing I'm doing is I'm reading their headline and I'm understanding what it is they're doing. Then I go directly to their profile and I'm going to scope it out and I'm going to think, okay, so what are they going to do? Are they going to pitch me? Are they going to sell me something? Or are they truly somebody that I know? Who do they know that I know? That kind of thing. I am thinking about, is it worth it to accept a connection request from this individual? So knowing that that's how you behave, what makes you think that the people you're sending connection requests out aren't also thinking the same thing? And this, my friends, is why you have to have a fully optimized profile. Because if your headline does not articulate who you are, what you do, and how you help, and who you help, they're already going to leave you on pending. For real, okay? If they go to your LinkedIn profile and there's like nothing there for them to make an informed decision on whether or not they want to accept your connection request, again, you are shooting yourself in the foot, because now, even if they wanted to accept, they're like, I don't understand why this person is even reaching out to me. Having a fully optimized profile is going to help people to better understand what your first impressions are, and therefore your first impressions of you is also going to instantly help them to say yes to the acceptance or no to the acceptance, okay? And the way that you can go about optimizing your profile to help navigate through some of those hesitations to accept the connection request, again, your headline, your about section, your experience section, and your recommendations. Okay, these 4 sections in your profile is truly how people are trying to decide, do I accept this connection request from Molly or do I not? Okay, and so that's the key here, is when you think about increasing your conversion rates, if you don't got a fully optimized profile, baby, it's not going to serve you. So make sure that you are also being transparent in your connection message in addition to a fully optimized profile. Okay. Last but certainly not least, I just wanted to call this out because I think that there is a time and a place. Okay. If somebody does not accept your connection request, it is okay. Don't take it personal. When you are on LinkedIn, everybody is on LinkedIn to do what? To create opportunity, okay? And so if you send somebody a connection request and they leave you on pending, it's all right. It's okay. Because guess what? Guess what that tells you? That tells you that, number one, they're not ready. They're not interested, okay? And they probably may not even be a good fit to connect with you. I don't know about you, but I would rather have a conversation with someone on LinkedIn who is actually interested and potentially pitch ready for me. So I am not in the business of convincing people, baby. That is not what I do. That is not what I teach. That is not how we bring in strategy that is heart-centered, soul-centered, service-based into our business. Okay? So don't take it personal. If people leave you on pending, it's for a reason. Okay? Sometimes there's not a reason, but don't make up reasons in your subconscious mind to why they're not. And stop pestering them. If they don't accept the connection request, leave it alone. You can actually go directly in, and if you see, you go under your My Network, and then you click down onto the connections. If you scroll, there's going to be one right there that says that sent. Click on the sent. You can see all of the pending ones, and you can see, okay, the most recent ones are on top, the oldest ones are on the bottom. Just resend the connection request so you can send it to more people. Not that big of a deal. All right. It really doesn't matter when it comes to, if you're truly desiring conversions, true conversions, in which people are ready to then work with you, you're not convincing people to accept your connection requests. Okay. On the flip side, when they accept the connection request, that is like a soft green light. Okay. And I say soft green light intentionally because if they're like, yes, yeah, accept, okay, then from there, you know that they're open. They're open. Don't go in and be a bulldozer either. Give a healthy sense of curiosity and truly get to know them. Okay. And so that is your cue. That's the reason why, for me, if people don't respond to my connection request, I'm not freaking out about it. I'm really not. Okay. Because this is that part of business spirituality that comes into play. If I am meant to meet a specific lead, a specific prospect, God and the universe will put it on their hearts to accept my connection request. I do not need to be forcefully reminding them, constantly pestering them in the emails. Hey, did you see my connection request? Hey, I sent you a connection request. Why aren't we connecting? No. My job in co-creating my business is to show up, open up LinkedIn, and to mine for leads and send those connection requests out. Leave the acceptance piece to God and the universe. Okay. So with that being said, I am going to add a little bit on this. Now I know I covered 3 very basic things on how to increase the conversion acceptance rates in your LinkedIn strategy. We are going to dive into this in so much more detail in tomorrow's workshop. Yes, absolutely we are. Okay. So if you're already intrigued and you're like, awesome, I love what you're saying, Molly, I need to learn more, I want to learn how, That's what I'm covering tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you join us for this free workshop, 30 minutes a day, LinkedIn strategy. I'll go ahead and drop it in the links. For those of you who are ready and you're like, yeah, Molly, you got me and you called me out and I'm ready. I need to learn more and I want to start partnering so that I can figure this out because obviously I'm not getting any kind of conversions on LinkedIn. And this is really where I know my ideal clients live on social media. Hop on a call. Okay, right under my name, go on my personal profile, right underneath my name and my headline is a book an appointment. Go ahead and snake some time on my calendar. I would love to chat with you. All right. So with that being said, sending you all of my love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.